From Washington, this is VOA News. Kenya's Supreme Court upholds Uhuru Kenyatta's election, and Pope Francis leads his first Easter Vigil in Rome. I'm David Byrd reporting from Washington. Kenya's Supreme Court ruled unanimously Saturday that Uhuru Kenyatta won this month's presidential election, striking down challenges that the vote was flawed and invalid. VOA East Africa correspondent Gabe Joselow has more from Nairobi.
The ruling confirms Mr Kenyatta's victory, which Kenya's Election Commission measured at 50.07% of the vote, enough to win the presidency outright and avoid the need for a runoff against the runner-up, Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Mr. Odinga challenged the victory in the Supreme Court, alleging electoral fraud based on serious irregularities in the vote-tallying process. Speaking after Saturday's announcement, Mr. Odinga said he does not agree with the judge's decision, but he wants all Kenyans to respect the Constitution and accept the court's ruling.
The future of Kenya is bright. Let us not allow the elections to divide us. Let us reunite as a nation.
Mr. Kenyatta will be sworn into office as Kenya's fourth president on April 9th. Gabe Joselow, VOA News, Nairobi.
For more on this story, please visit our website, voanews.com. North Korea says it has entered a state of war with South Korea and has warned any provocation by Seoul and Washington will escalate into a nuclear war. In a statement carried by the North's official KCNA news agency Saturday, Pyongyang said all issues between the two Koreas will be handled according to wartime regulations. In response, South Korea's defense ministry urged its northern neighbor to stop making threats. The ministry also said the South's forces will completely punish the North if there is a provocation. The White House said it takes the latest statement by Pyongyang seriously. Officials in Cyprus say customers at the country's largest bank might lose up to 60% of whatever savings they have above $128,000. Just 37.5% of their savings will be converted into bank shares, while the rest might be frozen, take another form of equity, or ultimately never be paid back. This is the first time in Europe's handling of its 3-year debt crisis that a nation's bank customers have been forced to bear some of the cost of a rescue package. U.S. President Barack Obama used his weekly address Saturday to talk about what he called this special and sacred time of year, when Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus and Jewish families commemorate their exodus from Egypt. The U.S. leader said Jesus' example of loving one's neighbor and seeing everyone as a child of God were values shared by many faiths.
Of course, those values are at the heart of not just the Christian faith, but of all faiths. From Judaism to Islam, Hinduism to Sikhism, their echoes a powerful call to serve our brothers and sisters, to keep in our hearts a deep and abiding compassion for all.
In the Republican address, Nebraska Congressman Lee Terry called for construction to begin on the Keystone Pipeline, which would send oil from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico.
There's much more we can do and should do to support our nation of builders and unlock our domestic resources as a way to create jobs, lower the cost of living, and put our nation on a path to energy security.
Environmentalists have criticized building the pipeline because of possible leaks. They also say the oil, which comes from Canadian tar sands, has some of the highest sulfur content possible and would create more greenhouse gases when burned.
Exultet iam angelica turba caelo.
Pope Francis has led his first Easter Vigil service at St. Peter's in Rome late Saturday. The pontiff, dressed in plain white vestments, delivered a simple homily recounting the story of the women who went to Jesus' tomb, only to find it empty on the first Easter. Francis urged those who have left the faith to return, and those who have never had faith to let the risen Jesus enter your life as a friend. Francis also baptized 4 new adult members of the Roman Catholic Church from Italy, Albania, Russia, and the United States. The Pope will celebrate another Mass on Sunday and then deliver his first Urbi et Orbi to the city and the world message from the balcony at St. Peter's. For more on these stories, please log on to our website, voanews.com.